Innovating Education Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.
A recent report from the International Association for the Evaluation of Educational Achievement noted a significant decrease in knowledge about citizenship among students in some countries. But understanding how civil society works and how it supports democracy is vital. So what can be done to reverse this trend? Well, various approaches are being explored. One scheme is the Model United Nations. By role-playing diplomats representing a country or an NGO, teenagers get practical experience of debating hot topics and exploring difficult political issues. They also learn about current events, international relations, diplomacy and the UN agenda as they try to come up with original solutions and suggestions to world problems. We went to Lyon to find out how it works.
The students at this conference do not even have the right to vote. But what with all the calculating language and pressed suits, you'd think they were already seasoned politicians. It may resemble a regular UN meeting, but this is actually a full-scale exercise in civic education. And for 2 days, participants will contest, debate, and hopefully hammer out the world's problems.
Obviously, there is a sort of artificial side to it, but just the fact that I'm wearing this suit and that I'm managing people, it makes me really feel like I am truly into politics and that the people down here are really debating on world issues.
The program includes drug trafficking, Syrian civil war, and crisis in North Korea. Mathis is an Australian representing China, a delicate role to play.
I must be careful what I say, and most of the time I'll be against things that I myself may be for, but it makes it interesting. At these conferences, you really feel like you're making a change. Even though it's Model United Nations, you feel like you're part of something.
The exercises may seem trivial, but they actually require awareness of the key political issues and an acute understanding of the mechanisms of mediation, skills you wouldn't necessarily pick up in a traditional classroom.
This is really living life. This is experiencing what it is to negotiate with people, to organize a big event like this, to speak to administrators, to meet the rectrice of Lyon.
And I think the students of today wish to be involved, perhaps not in politics, but they wish to be involved in the world.
At the general meeting, the conference's flagship event, delegations have to submit their resolutions for voting. Anyone under the impression pushing through your policies is easy soon comes to understand the importance of sacrifice and collaboration.
It opened up a whole new perspective for me on what civil education is and how to look at our world. And it's really interesting because it's about interactivity, what it is to be with other people and to share the same experience.
The Model United Nations has existed for over 6 decades, and nearly 400 of these conferences are held each year throughout the world.
As we've just seen, learning to debate is important, but so is learning to put ideas into action. Denmark, with a strong tradition of citizenship education and high levels of participation in civil institutions, is certainly an example of a country where ordinary people have their say on how things are run. We look at some projects now and see what that means on the ground when it comes to designing urban spaces, for example.
Over the last 40 years, Denmark has taken considerable steps to put into practice a citizen-orientated community model they believe gives society its backbone. Participating in city councils and street committees are just 2 ways Danish citizens can impact the urban space they inhabit. Vinterbad Bryggen is a winter bathing club founded by a group of citizens who were eager their local community could enjoy the delights of a piping hot dip during the icy Danish winters. Today, it has over 700 members.
People wanted to start and then ask the commune. If they sit down and started a community, and they got members in, and then a couple more people asked the commune, can we use this place to go winter bath? And said, yes, you can do that. And then they gave some money that we can go and ask an architect to draw some drawings of the new place.
Elsewhere in Copenhagen, over 4,000 residents in the east of the city came together last year to work on what will eventually become the capital's first neighbourhood dedicated to innovative climate adaptation. Resident workshops, seminars and public meetings all help ensure the real needs of the community are addressed.
This means what is your dream? And this is the question that we usually ask the citizen when we meet them. It's a very welcoming way to start a conversation. What is your dream? How can we help you?
In Denmark, even the youngest citizens are encouraged to input into this democratic urban planning process. At the new cultural centre in the south of Copenhagen, children can see where their suggestions impacted architects' decisions, given the building itself was inspired with their ideas in mind. It is also the place where they can creatively explore other reformations of public space.
So it's very, very important to give them tools and words also to be able to take part in discussions, and because we actually, with our democracy, they do have a voice, and they are actually able to go in and suggest what they would like in their city.
When you are walking on the street, then you're actually, oh, that's right. You kind of remember what you have talked about, and then actually think about it all the time. So that's what I can learn about the architecture.
Denmark are one of several countries drawing on research which suggests citizens are more inclined to embrace public policy if they have participated in the planning process, whatever the results.
But what if you not only don't want to design an urban space, but you don't have one at all? What if you don't want buildings or urban sprawl, but you do want a school for your children? In Tanzania, we explore a community project that is providing educational facilities to help raise awareness amongst children about their civic rights.
Today marks a great celebration for this small Maasai community living in Esilele village, 120 kilometers outside Arusha in Tanzania. It's the official opening of 2 new classrooms at the Leboni Primary School.
Now students will not miss classes, the level of education will be improved and more kids will come to school. These new classrooms will attract others to join school.
And should they come, they will not only receive basic education, but a civic education too. Children will be taught how to read and write, but they will also learn what their responsibilities and rights are, and how to claim them.
For those kids who will get the chance to learn the difficult subject of civic issues in school, I think they will be able to help their parents in future.
Such a civic syllabus is a wider reflection of the school's roots, which were laid down after this man pushed the community into action.
Children were walking a very long distance to go to school, and one day my child was killed in a car accident when he was going to school. This motivated me to come up with the idea of building a school near our homes. I mobilized the community and we built the school.
Despite construction of 2 new classrooms in 2007, these were not enough to house all the school's pupils, and many were forced to study in difficult circumstances.
I felt bad studying under the tree.
In 2012, a local NGO called the Association for Community Empowerment and Development worked in collaboration with the international NGO Community Project Africa to organise a grueling hike up Kilimanjaro mountain as a fundraiser for the school's new classrooms. The villagers joined builders to provide extra manpower during construction.
I carried water and stones.
I'm happy to be in a new classroom.
Well, what about you? Did you have citizenship lessons at school? If you did, what did you learn? Lots? Not much? Do let us know. Goodbye from all the Learning World team.
Learning World in association with WISE, an initiative of Qatar Foundation.